Hey, good morning. It's Wednesday. It's time for an episode of Come On Ref. We are no longer spinning, so I guess we're good to go, right? I don't even know what that means. Looks like I got Max and Neal today. What's going on, guys?
Good morning.
I see you from two different angles, man.
I know, right?
It's kind of fun, right? Got an eye on you guys. What are we going to talk about today? Hey, baseball games are being played right now all over the place. College games, major league games, see-through pants and all, man. We got baseball going on. It's
I still can't believe that.
I, I don't know, man. I can't stop laughing about it, man, because all the posts are too funny. Yeah, baseball's got a little bit of an issue, I guess. Whatever. What are you gonna do? Maybe they'll get it fixed, but they've denied everything, so I don't know. They don't think they have an issue. I don't know if you guys saw the Cavs got back in the win column last night. That was a pretty exciting win. No,
They won 2 in a row. They beat the Wizards on Sunday. I forgot about that.
yeah. Oh, that's true. That's right. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, they were in a little slide before that, though. But yeah, Strus with the 54-footer at the buzzer. That was
59.
Yeah, we'll mention that a little bit later. Let's get right into some headlines because there's a lot on the show today. I mean, we got a bunch of stuff to talk about. Hey, man, should we be concerned about the U.S. women's national team? They lost to Mexico 2-0. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. What do we think?
I mean, this summer they got ousted in the round of 16 in the World Cup by an inch. Or no, by a millimeter. They went to penalty. They went to PKs by a millimeter. The ball was a millimeter over the goal line.
But you guys still think this team, they're still young. It's got a bunch of 18, 19-year-olds on it, too. So.
Well, I mean, look how long it took for Pino, Morgan, all those girls to get going before they won 2 in a row.
Yeah.
I mean, I knew they were going to be a long shot going in because they were the heavy. Everyone, they knew that the pressure was on them.
And why the games are so late at night, 10:30 at night until they come on?
I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah. Yeah, what are you going to do? So like I said, we'll see what goes on. I don't know. I don't watch a lot of soccer right now. I never really pick it up until the World Cup, I admit, so it's kind of hard for me to I don't really keep track all through the other stuff. You guys will have to let me know on that. Like we talked about at the beginning, college baseball is going on right now. Wake Forest is number 1. And I was just looking through just some of the teams I thought might have a chance to win it all this year. And I thought it was really weird the way I mentioned to you, Max, right before the show, the way Wake Forest season, the way it ended last year with
Very
3
weird.
games in a row with the LSU. I thought that was weird at the College World Series for
They
double elimination tournament. To play the same team 3 times in a row like that without it being a series was weird.
right.
But have you noticed there's like an uptick in home runs this year? I don't know if you've noticed that in college baseball.
I haven't, but the bats are changing every year.
Right.
I mean, it goes into more. There's like trackers that show your swing path, what you could be doing better, like where you're going. That's why these guys are just absolutely clobbering the ball out.
Yeah. Well, they're also bigger than ever. I mean, we're evolving as humans. Like, I mean, these guys
Right.
are. I used to watch the College World Series, and like every guy in the lineup was like 5'10", 180, 5'10", 190. There'd be like one monster at like 6'2", 220.
Right.
And now these guys are like 6'5", 260. There's a first baseman's got like, I don't know, a guy hit 6 home runs last year. He's already got 6 home runs this year in like 5 games. It's wild.
That's crazy.
I think he's a lower Division I, lower like a junior college, but whatever. I've just noticed across the board. I mean, Division II, Division III, like home runs are just up in college baseball. So I don't know. Maybe they deadened the bats for a while and realized that wasn't really putting eyes on the game, and now the bats are a little more alive than they used to be. I don't know.
Right.
Not sure about that. Did you guys see? Okay, so Daniel Suarez won at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. Did you see this? The 3 wide. It was like the closest finish in the history of Atlanta Motor Speedway. We actually had the picture. You can see how they finished. We can throw that up.
That's a wreck.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's the drop-off line at my kid's elementary school. Sorry. I take a lot of pictures. It gets wild. I'm sorry. No, put the neck. There it is. There's the 3 wide. It doesn't get much closer than that, does it?
No, it was what? So the blue and green car won. The number 12 car was 0.003 seconds behind.
Oh.
And then the black car was 0.007 behind.
That's wow.
Wow.
You guys ever seen? It's like the car scene where Lightning McQueen has to stick his tongue out.
Yeah.
Yeah. My son watches it all the time, and I'm well versed. That's crazy, man. That was pretty close, man. The closest, like I said, the closest finish in the history of Atlanta Motor Speedway.
Ciao.
Ciao. That's all you can say.
Ciao.
Ciao. I like it. I love it. Let's end that there. What else we got going on? Wrestling is happening. AEW Revolution is on pay-per-view this Sunday, right? You guys buying this? You guys, you gonna check this out?
No.
I got stuff to do.
You got stuff to do. That's one ringing endorsement. Max, what do you think? Yeah. So no and you know what I mean? We want to create excitement about the AEW Revolution. So
I mean, I haven't really been watching wrestling since kids.
I understand. I'm just kidding. I haven't watched wrestling in years, but I know there's a ton of people that do. Probably a ton of people that have way more time than I do. I never seem to find free time for stuff like this. But yeah, if you're gonna check it out, it's on pay-per-view Sunday. I'm sure you can Google how to get that. I don't know the exact details, but pick it up. And then if you want the analysis, listen, just watch out on the Come On Ref channel here on the YouTube channel. I've got a brand new show called DC Crazy Wrestling. You can get the full analysis and breakdown of AEW Revolution, all the other wrestling action going on. And that's by new student Donald Cary. So again, that's DC Crazy Wrestling. Just keep an eye out. Again, right here on the Come On Ref YouTube channel. And you can get your full analysis and full breakdown of all the wrestling and, all the wrestling you want right there. And I'm sure you can make requests and, just let them know what you want to see on the show. And we'll try to accomplish that. You know what I mean? So DC Crazy Wrestling. Again, that's new student Donald Cary. So, what else is going on? Have you guys watched ice football? Has anybody seen that yet?
Ice football?
You've never
Ice football.
seen it?
I haven't heard of it.
Oh my gosh, man. Yeah,
no.
it just came into my world like yesterday. Max emailed me. I said, ice football, what is this? And then actually, weirdly, I was scrolling Facebook yesterday and I saw a video before I even checked it out.
You know arena football?
Yeah.
It's like the field is like only 25 yards. It's on ice instead of that. And the board, there's no padding.
What are you wearing skates?
No, they're wearing like certain shoes. I don't know what they are, but
they almost look like curling. You ever watch curling in the Winter Olympics? They look like the shoes they wear in curling almost.
Like they're slipping and sliding everywhere. It's really funny.
Yeah, you can't get any traction. It's hilarious.
The hockey boards don't have padding, and they're wearing hockey gear. And they're wearing hockey helmets, and the ball is going like behind their heads, and everyone's just slipping and sliding. It's really funny. Yeah,
man. I watched the West Side Westies take on the Eastie Boys, man, and I think the Westies won 20-19. It was a good game. I'm into it, man. I'm looking for I'm trying to try out. I don't know. I'm gonna see what this happens. I'm gonna play.
I gotta see this now.
Listen, YouTube it. It's out there, man. It's amazing. It's amazing. I would have shown the video, but the last time we tried to show something, it was Malice at the Palace. We got shut down. I'm scared now, so. I would have showed you the video, but it's whatever. Hey, let's just move on from headlines. Let's just talk about hockey real quick because I just want to ask. Yeah, no sleep till Brooklyn. Donald, I see that in the comments. Good job out of you, man. And I wanted to say, Chris too did say, was that the best game winner since LeBron's against the Magic in the playoffs? I was gonna say a few years ago, but that was like 100 years ago now. You guys,
that's old. That's old.
That was the first trip around, man. So, but I do remember that.
No, that when he. Cavs in the playoffs like early 2000s.
It was like an inbound to like a half quarter, man, like almost. They just
kind of
around it. What's that?
Was it 04?
Oh, I don't remember. I mean, anything
past. They went to the finals.
Listen, I'm over 40, Max. Anything past like 2 years ago is just like a mix of memories.
I was about to say, do you put that shot over the Ray Allen shot in the finals?
Donald says it was 2004. So I'll trust him.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
The wrestling and the basketball knowledge. So there you go.
Did I put it over that Ray Allen shot?
Yeah, we played for the Heat. That Ray Allen shot.
No, I don't.
I think it's funny when people also, speaking of Ray Allen, when people mention the best shooters, a lot of people glaze right over Ray Allen, and I don't understand that.
Right?
You get that?
Jesus shows work.
Yeah, it's like, man, yeah, it's like people, like, hey, Steph Curry, it's Reggie Miller, and I'm like, wait a minute, you missed a whole era in there. Ray Allen just knocking down threes from everywhere, but that's fine.
Everywhere.
Tracy McGrady,
everywhere, right? From anywhere in the gym. But anyway, let's talk about hockey real quick. Are we able to make any sense of the NHL season right now? Like, do you guys have any idea what's going on in hockey? I don't.
Detroit's doing well. They're 33-20.
Number one in the West. Okay.
No. They're nowhere near number one.
It ain't division, my bad.
No.
How are the Oilers doing? Remember back, I picked the Oilers, and then they crashed out. Remember, for a little while.
The Oilers have turned it around.
Nice. Okay.
The Oilers at one point won 15 straight.
They're not going to let me down. I have Purdue PTSD from picking them to go to the Final Four last year, and then they lost. I'm nervous when my team start bottoming out like that, man.
Right.
Oh, that's good. I'm glad they're turning it around.
Yeah.
Do you have any favorites at all? I mean, if you had to pick right now, who's in the Stanley Cup Finals? Do you have any idea who's?
It'll be a Canadian team. I think Vancouver's pretty good.
Yeah, I think it'll be two
Detroit.
hockey teams. They'll square off against each
Detroit.
other.
Smart, Chad.
Who?
Very smart.
Yeah, I got Detroit.
Okay, I got
Yeah.
the Celtics and I got Force Ohio. I think is who my
All right, Chad.
so those are my squads. Those are you guys are wearing hockey teams, right? What else is going on? Hey, the college basketball. There's some cool stuff going on in college basketball. The Buckeyes are 2-1 under Jake Diebler. They did have that little loss to Minnesota or whatever, but they've played pretty well. I mean, they beat Purdue. That was exciting. His first game, big win, buzzer beater at Michigan State. Tough place to win.
First time since 2012 they've done that.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Listen, is Jake Diebler the guy or no?
Right now he is. I mean,
Yeah,
if
he is. He's the interim guy. Yeah.
Right. If they keep winning, which I hope they can do, and I think they will do.
Yeah.
They can maybe get a 8 or a 9 seed.
Yeah. All of a sudden, it's like not out of the question.
But they have to win a lot.
Yeah,
And they have to
win.
make it.
Win. Yeah.
They have to have a deep run in the finals.
I think the key is going to be scoring more than their opponents every game to win these games, right?
Hey, thanks, Chad. Thanks,
that's
Captain
going to be the
Obvious.
key.
That's how you win games.
That's one thing they're going to have to do for sure. They're going to have to win the battle on the scoreboard.
To
Yeah.
this,
A lot of people say
Captain
it's
Obvious.
rebounds, but I think it's the score. So it's whatever. I don't know. Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, what have they done differently? They're just a little more up tempo, right?
Right, and I think that Chris Holtman, he was there for 7 years,
Yeah.
and the downfall started when they lost to Oral Roberts.
Yeah.
That was
Maybe.
the downfall.
That was the 2-15, right?
Yeah, I had Ohio State winning that game and then getting knocked out the next game.
Yeah. Listen, I'll be honest with you. When I filled out my bracket when Coach Holtman was here, I never really had him making a deep run.
I mean, well, they were a 2 seed. I thought they were gonna make it to the elite, like the Sweet 16.
Yeah, I think I had him get knocked out after the Sweet 16 that year.
college basketball took all the disappoint me, so I really don't have no faith.
What's your team?
I have State, but they
Oh yeah.
really don't have no faith.
Oh, we got not.
Lost
I didn't
to
even
Dayton
see
a couple
Donald
years
think Curry's
ago.
overrated. So listen, maybe Donald does not have the basketball knowledge, saying Curry's overrated over here in the chat. I don't know. We'll see with that. We'll just stick to wrestling for now. But that's kind of fun. We got a full-on argument going on in the chats. But what else is going on in college basketball, man? Hey, listen. Speaking of when Ohio State beat, like, how do you guys feel about this court storm? Like, all of a sudden, court storming is an issue in college basketball. I wanted to ask you about that. I think we brought it up last week and kind of briefly mentioned it.
It's
Fun,
been done.
dangerous.
It's been done like all my life that I can remember.
Yeah.
And I've never seen this many players get injured from it. But you have to look at it. Like the TV angles, they show them getting hurt and like in their agony. But the alternate angles show them hurting themselves.
Me, myself, I don't have a problem with it. Like I said, it's been a tradition from college, running on the field, running on the court after a big win. Like,
There's
never been an issue. Like, all of a sudden now.
It's funny because like Caitlin Clark flopped. We saw that video. She shoved the student and then just did a twirl and went down. And then this guy shoved the kid. And then that kid, when he shoved him, when his knee went in the air, they both made knee contact and hurt each other.
Yeah. And that hurts.
Like,
I mean, you bang knees with somebody, it stings or whatever. I get it, but
it's with football. Like those guys have pads on. Those guys are bigger than the people storming the field.
yeah.
It doesn't matter to them. But when
I mean, at the end of the day, I
basketball-
guess it can be dangerous. Listen, you don't know what people are bringing into the stadium anymore, right? I mean, we don't know.
They know what they bring in the stadium.
But-
all of the security and stuff now, before you go into a stadium, it's
Some stadiums.
like you're gonna like if you're down by like 8 to like 10 with like 2 seconds left, you're not winning. Just inbound it, roll the ball or do something, just bounce it and then walk off. Get out of there as soon as you can.
Yeah.
If you know you're gonna, because like that's what
Well, but then you got to take the heat, in the press for not shaking hands or whatever. Then you got to look back, and
right.
I don't know.
And
I
then
guess the easy thing, because they just put a rope up around I know like in high school games, they do that, right? Don't they pull the rope up around the court in high school games?
certain games, yeah.
But you got
There's
to think, the NCAA been used to this. That's why they had to, when at the end of the games, they wait the field for goal to go down.
Or they could just wait till the opposing teams
It's just a
both
tradition.
teams are off the court. But it's like
So you want fans to wait when they're excited and lubed up from whatever they're doing before you want them to wait.
because you look at what
45
Kentucky
seconds
did
to
when they
storm the
lost
court.
to South Carolina.
What's that?
when Kentucky lost to South Carolina, they were down by 12.
Yeah.
So, and they had the ball. They just dribbled out the clock until like 2 seconds left, put the ball in the court, and then they got off as soon as they could.
Yeah.
The coaches went and shook hands, and then that's it.
Yeah.
But it's like,
I mean, should they have to do that though? Like, should they have to avoid fans on the floor? Like, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I'm torn on this. I get it. It's fun. You want to celebrate, but that's also like that's the playing surface, right? Like, maybe as a fan, you stay off of that. I don't know.
Right.
Whatever. We'll see. We'll see if they do anything about it. I don't know if they'll put a rope up or not. But speaking of storming the floor, I don't think Iowa fans are going to storm the floor if they beat Ohio State on Sunday. What was that, Saturday or Sunday? The women play. Sunday? I can't remember. It's this weekend. It may be Saturday. I'm terrible for that. I'm sorry. I apologize for that, for not knowing. But anyway, Caitlin Clark is what, like 50 points away from the all-time scoring record from Pete Maravich's record. They've got a game between, now and then. So she'll likely be in line to break that against Ohio State, which, would be pretty cool, I guess. Home game, to see that
this
happen.
Is Minnesota tonight at 9.
Yeah, I don't think she's going to put 50 plus up tonight. I mean, maybe. You never know. But I have a feeling
Minnesota's 15-12. You never know.
Yeah, I have a feeling they'll want that. Is that game at Minnesota by chance?
It is.
I feel like they'll want all eyes. Like, I feel like they'll want that to be like a national spotlight kind of a thing when that happens. So that, if she's getting close,
they happen against Ohio State, though?
What's that?
Do you want it to happen against Ohio State, though?
I mean, I don't, but, it seems like it's inevitable. I don't know. The best case scenario would be that it happens against Ohio State and Ohio State win for the ladies, right? Like, that'd be a good situation.
I mean, Ohio State's rolling right now. They're trained with no breaks.
No, they're really good.
I think right now they're the only team that can beat South Carolina.
That's fair. I mean,
Tennessee, not Tennessee. My LSU women's basketball team pretty good too. They're ranked 9th.
They're nice.
Yeah.
Huh. I mean, Angel Reese
LSU's got a weird team.
And what they doing down there? LSU.
I mean, they're 24 and LSU's 24-4. I mean, there's a lot of teams in between Ohio. Like, there's a lot of teams from 10-1 that can beat.
But if you're looking at pure talent, I mean, LSU is probably one of the 2 or 3 most talented teams in the nation. I mean,
Stanford too. Can't forget Stanford.
Yeah.
UConn always makes a run.
Yeah.
Remember the year that Notre Dame?
It's funny to say that they've fallen off recently. I mean, they really haven't fallen off, but for their standards, it seems like they've fallen off.
Well, Notre Dame or UConn had to deal with injuries.
Yeah.
Because they lost Paige Bucher to an ACL 2 years in a row.
That's a big one.
Yeah.
Pretty big one. The best player in the nation, really. I mean, second best player, maybe. I don't know. You guys, who are your early March Madness? But you guys have any Final Four thoughts at all for the men?
Is this men?
Yeah. Just real quick before we get out of college basketball.
I seen North Carolina play this weekend, and they starting point guard AJ, he dropped 42 points. That made me a believer. Houston is now ranked number one. I
don't trust the number 1 seeds.
I mean,
because last year they were all out before or after the Elite 16.
Yeah.
Or Sweet 16.
Yeah.
They got eliminated in Sweet 16. They were out before.
There's more. There seems to be more parity in college basketball. I don't know.
It's like I
like UConn.
UConn's good. Like UConn looks like they're the favorite to repeat, but it's been so open this year, as we talked about last week, that there's no clear favorite right now.
Yeah. And by the way, I did want to say before we get out of college basketball, I just wanted to mention Caitlin Clark. I've seen a lot of people online say that you can't compare Pete Maravich and Caitlin Clark. Well, a point total isn't a comparison. It's literally counting. It's a point total. It doesn't. No one's saying that Caitlin Clark could beat Pete Maravich one-on-one in their primes or whatever. No one's saying that. We're just saying that she's simply scored more points. I mean, that's okay to say. And also, for the people that think that Maravich was like a model of efficiency, that he took 38.1 field goal attempts per game, right? Like, shot almost 40 times a game. I don't know if anyone knows that. Clark's shooting 20 times a game. Maybe she had the extra year, but that's wild to me. 40 shots a game is insane to me. I don't know. He was pretty efficient too. I mean, he shot almost 50% from the floor. Whatever. Doesn't matter. It's a point total. Let's just move on because I don't even know what else to talk about in college basketball. Honestly, it's too early. We'll see who the 1 seeds are. Who's going to lose to a 16 this year? I'll probably pick them to
I
go
think
to
it's going to be a 4 or 5 seed.
What's that?
The 4 or 5 seed's going to win.
That's fair. There's always like an 8 in the Final Four now. It seems like so. Whatever.
I mean, Purdue was the second team to lose to a 16 seed.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's going to happen more and more.
The way college basketball has been the past couple years, I wouldn't be surprised if a 16 seed knocks off a 1 this year.
No, I wouldn't be surprised at all. I mean,
you always have somebody on their little Cinderella story. So.
Yep. Somebody gets hot or whatever, you visit a gym that you can't can't shoot in. That's a big thing too. Is like backdrops for these gyms. Like sometimes you go play in a gym that's like not the size of gym that you're used to or whatever. It's like you have a bigger backdrop and it makes it tougher to shoot for some of these teams, man. So keep an eye on that.
I was in Chicago that 1 year.
The pressure and a lot of these are freshmen. They got it playing too. So
some of them freshmen, not really.
A lot of these are starting freshmen, so the pressure of that.
Agreed. You guys saw, obviously, we talked about Max Strus's buzzer beater last night. You guys saw the Cavs beat the Mavericks that way. That was a pretty crazy finish, man. What do you guys think about the Cavs? I mean, they're getting it back together now, right?
I mean, really? Boston. All right, they're good, but like the Cavs, they're putting it together.
Yeah, y'all. We got our eye on y'all though.
They put the pieces back together. Like last year, I remember like at this point they were like they didn't have the record they do now.
Yeah.
Because I think they finished like 30 something like 40 something in 22.
Not 30 something. Yeah, no.
Just a month and a half ago, y'all was talking about trading Donovan Mitchell and y'all season was over.
Yeah, right. But now I think he wants to stay. I haven't heard anything from that, but I mean, if the Cavs keep playing like this, they're pretty serious.
We got y'all.
Yeah.
I mean, but what happens if we make the playoffs and the lights are too bright for our big guys again?
Well, listen, I'm not sure they're beat Boston in a 7-game series good. I mean, they're good, but listen, man, I'll be honest with you. Celtics are really good.
Maybe get to the Eastern Final.
Is that really what happened last year?
Jared Allen literally said the lights were too bright.
Y'all backcourt. Mitchell was shut down in games.
Mitchell was hurt though. He had a broken hand.
So you can't bring enough front court. That was a backcourt.
Garland wasn't shooting.
Like the story of Cavs lost playoff chances, man. The broken hand, right?
Mitchell was hurt. Garland couldn't shoot to save his life.
He wasn't shooting like he was hurt.
The bench wasn't shooting well. Jared Allen couldn't box out Julius Randle.
Mobley was about 25 pounds too light. I mean,
right? Yeah, Mobley didn't have any muscle on him like he does now.
They were stretching Allen too, having Julius Randle on the 3-point.
And plus, Darius Garland having to guard Jalen Brunson the whole time. That was kind of a struggle because he just stepped back.
I mean, they showed up in that series. They looked like they expected to get 2 games right off the rip. Like they just expected to be up 2-0. It was
right. I went to game 2 and they played like I saw them play all last year, and then they lose 3 straight, and I'm like, where'd we go?
Yeah, that was wild. That was pretty wild. Did you guys see? We mentioned, I think we mentioned Detroit a little bit ago. Did you see the Pistons and Knicks game? We were just talking about the Knicks. Did you guys see how that ended?
Apparently, there's tackling around.
Yeah, the Pistons were. Yeah, he said, "Come on, ref." The Pistons were not happy. Listen, there were at least 2, solid fouls that probably should have been called there.
Asur Thompson got tackled by DiVincenzo.
Yeah, I mean, just legs cut out, tackled on the sidelines.
Yeah, and then last night, Darius Garland got tackled too.
I was in and out of sleep. I got confused. I thought I was watching ice football highlights. I didn't know which sport I was even looking at. But yeah, I was surprised.
Right.
Yeah. I'm surprised there was no call there, man.
No, but it's pretty blatant that he got tackled.
The referee came out and said they missed the call.
Yeah, the ref even said, I missed that call.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. I mean, you can deal with that, right? Unless you're the Pistons and you lose the game because of it. That kind of hurts. But
I'll tell you one thing about the Pistons, though. Even though they have, they keep losing, they're fighting till the end in these games.
Yeah.
In that game.
They're tired of getting talked about. I mean, that's the recipe for a turnaround, right? You got to add somebody that can score.
When they faced the Magic on this game was Monday, they faced the Magic on Saturday.
Yeah.
and they lost on a Paolo Banchero game-winning shot with like 2 seconds left. So it's like they're in these games.
They're competing. They're getting better, right?
They just can't. They haven't found a way to finish it.
That's all right. They need a scorer. They need a reliable guy that can go out and give you, 30, 35 when you need it. Like,
I mean, Cade Cunningham can, but he can't do it all himself.
no,
Yeah,
he can't do it
first
all
year
himself. They
coach.
need a
No,
Monty's coming over
no,
there.
Monty Williams.
First coming over there. It's his
First year, but I mean, look
he
what
got
he
all
did
the
in
pieces
Phoenix.
that he won over there, though. Look what he had in Phoenix.
Right.
What's Joe Dumars doing? I bet he can still shoot threes, right? Dumars can
Right.
still shoot. What's he doing? What else is going on? Hey, if you had to pick today, going back, we talked about like who might be our finals teams back at the beginning of the season. If you had to pick today, any change on that? I mean, who are your two finals teams right now? If you had to pick, if someone said pick them right
Boston
now,
and the Clippers. I got
Boston. Okay, I like that one.
I got Boston. I like the way the Clippers
Right
play.
now, the West is crazy.
yeah,
I mean, it's between the Thunder, the Clippers, and the Nuggets, like it always is. I mean, the Thunder and the Timberwolves too. The West is just.
yeah. I would say Minnesota's kind of right there, like,
I mean, Minnesota's number one in the West.
but I
So
don't
right
feel like
now,
I don't know. Yeah,
It doesn't seem like they're like that finals team.
yeah. That doesn't feel like it's gonna hold up. Yeah. I know what you mean.
Right. I feel like it's out of the West. It's gonna be Oklahoma City.
I know it's not going to be? The Warriors.
Yeah, the Warriors.
Suns.
It's not gonna be the Warriors.
No,
The
finally.
Warriors.
The
No, I got
Warriors.
the Celtics and Nuggets, man. I think it's gonna be.
I
Yeah,
got
I like experience in the
Thunder.
West.
I have Thunder in the
Yeah,
West.
you can't forget the Nuggets, too. He's been dropping triple doubles like it ain't nothing again. He's starting that.
Well,
I think when it's time to flip the switch, I think the Nuggets get
Nobody
going, and I
is
think
on
the
his phone,
experience
too.
kicks
Like,
in,
yeah.
yes, Minnesota.
Yeah.
But no, I have the Thunder and the Bucks. I don't know why I have the Bucks, but the Bucks are just.
They wouldn't let Mobley touch a basketball until he added 10 pounds of muscle. That's fair. I mean, whatever. Make him walk around with the basketballs out, parallel with his arms out all day, work on his shoulders. I don't know. Let's move on. You want to talk about? Let's talk about baseball a little bit. Guys, like games are being played. I haven't watched any of it yet.
I haven't either.
Yeah, I saw Johnny hit a home run in his Dodgers debut or whatever. For the Braves, Michael Harris hit a home run the first pitch he saw of the very first pitch of the game of spring training. Harris goes yard. I don't know if that means anything or not, but if it does, that means the Dodgers and Braves will go to Game 7 in the NLCS, right?
Chase Bellotto for the Guardians.
Oh yeah. The Guardians have been playing really well. Listen, it's like comically early to say anybody's been playing well, but I mean, hey, whatever. I guess the Guardians have been playing pretty well.
I mean, it's weird to see Shohei in Dodger blue. It's very weird.
Yeah.
I mean, go back to a couple years ago. No one knew who he was.
Yeah.
And
Well, I think we knew who he was. We just,
Well, I didn't really. I didn't know there was going to be this much attention to him.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this is just a pitcher and a hitter. Like, how good can this guy be? And he's really good. 2 MVPs in 4 years.
And all that.
He's good.
Oh,
He's a top 2 guy. Like he's top 2, right?
Real.
And there's so many.
All that money.
There's like so many new guys on new teams too.
Yeah, it's wild. There's a lot of different faces and different, places. I mean, you could do the Trading Spaces MLB version, man. Like, the one that gets me is like Jorge Soler. Like Soler was a pretty prominent figure in that Braves World Series run, and since then he's kind of been forgotten about. But he got a pretty good deal with San Francisco, man. 3 years, $42 million to play for the Giants. I thought that was a good deal.
And Brandon Crawford and St. Louis Cardinal Red.
Yeah,
that's weird.
Yeah, Bellinger going back to the Cubs.
Right.
That's not a new face in a new place, but that's
Who
whatever.
else?
It's a lot of new faces in new places.
Yeah. I mean, we can list them all day, but that would be very boring.
Soto and Pinstripes.
So the Major League Baseball, I'll talk about MLB. Like, do they have like a new marketing campaign? Because I know like sometimes they get frustrated with Mike Trout for not being more visible, right? So people say like, the marketing campaigns need to be more transparent, but I don't think these new pants are what they were talking about.
They changed providers.
Yeah.
They went.
What happened here?
They went. So Nike was the jersey provider,
right?
And Majestic was creating the uniforms.
Yeah.
So it was Nike Baseball, Majestic, and they changed to Fanatics.
Fanatics, yeah.
So if you look at pictures of players jerseys on their back, you'll see from last year the numbers are bigger, the names are bigger.
Yeah.
This year, the jerseys look like their jersey give-outs at stadiums on Friday.
I mean, I really thought they were exaggerating when they said that at first, but now, I mean, listen, the pictures don't lie. They're awful. They're horrible, man.
The players hate it. I think this is just for spring training, though. I mean, last year they tried the jersey out at the All-Star game, and the players loved it. It was like a fanatic.
A lot of guys have said they feel like paper. I don't know. They feel papery. Did you see Verlander's name went from like the bottom of his number to it went all the way around his number? It was ridiculous, man. They look ridiculous.
It's like,
and then, obviously the pants aren't good. Like you can't wear see-through pants out there.
But that's also, I mean, we're looking at it. They had giant camera. They had camera lights on them.
Right.
So like,
maybe they're trying to speed up the game. Every batter comes up with a 2-ball count now.
Magic Mike baseball.
Oh my God.
Okay, I'm sorry. We're gonna move on. I'm sorry. That's dumb.
Yeah.
Another thing to speed up the game. They're trying to be more transparent, Max.
Wow. No, but apparently the players say they feel faster. They had it on at the All-Star game, and Corbin Carroll said he felt faster in the jersey.
Well, yeah, you got to feel fast because everybody's looking at you. You want to get back in the dugout, bro? Come on, yeah, of course you're faster. Anyway, I don't know. Whatever. Games are being played. Like I said, the Guardians are doing well. I don't know. Is that the Steven Vogt effect, or is that just the fact that it's Florida and no one cares right now? I mean, people care.
He's using the lineup very well. He has a great lineup rotation so far. So I think today they have a game, and he used the same lineup rotation as he did the first game of spring training.
Okay.
So I like what he's trying to do here. Okay. And he met with Jose.
It's just a wreck at this point. The whole thing's
just a wreck. This is a wreck. No, but he talked to Jose like when he first came in. He said, "Hey, are you okay hitting two in the 2 or 3 spot?" And he said, "Yeah, that's where he's used to hitting."
Yeah.
But no, and I like it because Vogt's a catcher. Sandy Alomar Jr. is a catcher. Austin Hedges is there, and I've heard Bo Naylor's the guy.
Okay.
Bo Naylor is going to be the guy.
You think
so? You got 3 catchers to mold him, major league catchers to mold him in what he can be.
Okay. Well, listen, and if he's not the guy, he's got a heck of a career ahead of him as like a bass guitarist, because I think Bo Naylor sounds like that's a great bass guitarist name, I think. That's whatever, What's going on? What happened to this show today? What happened?
A lot. But I think that Austin Hedges will do the catching for McKenzie and Bieber. And then Bo will do the catching for Williams, Bybee, and Logan Allen, because they all came up together through the minors.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. If this thing starts to go bad, you know how it can go bad. I mean, even in I don't know when you really bow out of the AL Central. I don't know that anybody's just going to run away with that division.
He's bowed out at the trade deadline.
Yeah, I mean, but if things go really bad, who goes first? Do you think it's Bieber first? Is it Clase first? I mean, who's going to go? Like, who gets moved from this team first?
I like Bieber going first.
Yeah,
I don't. They signed him to a 1-year arbitration deal.
I just like his name, Bieber.
But it's like I think they're waiting to see what his value can be, what they're going to get for him.
I got Bieber fever. Come on, Bieber.
I mean, who's going to be our closer? Karinchak? If we get rid of Clase,
he's got enough for it. I mean, I don't know if he's shown, I don't want to say the mental makeup, but I don't know if he's shown the whatever. He's got the physical stuff for it.
Right. But I'm just like, if we need a bat at the deadline, do we give Bieber for a bat or Clase for a bat?
You keep Bieber, bro.
Well, no, because I think that's moving laterally. You wouldn't do that. I don't think that. I mean. If you need a bat, if that means you're trying to win at the deadline, I don't think you move Bieber or Clase. You know what I mean? If you're trying to win,
right? But
I got Bieber fever.
I think it's what they're going to look at is where they're at the deadline. If they're
Neal's
second or third place, if they're second or third place, I think they're going to stay put where they're at.
Yeah.
And then if they're like third and below, then they'll go over. Because I mean, Josh Bell was a good move. He wasn't hitting it all.
Yeah.
But then getting rid of Savali, who at the time was our ace because Bieber and McKenzie were out, that pretty much signified we punted on 4th and goal.
Yeah, that was weird. If McKenzie's healthy, I think this team can look totally different. But listen, if they don't win the Central, they're not going to get a wild card spot, right? Like, I don't think the winner of the Central is probably going to have 88 wins.
The Central is the 3rd seed. But I mean, last year the Central was the NFC South.
Yeah. They're going to have, 88, 87 wins, maybe 90 wins.
I mean,
can the
still,
Guardians
we don't
get
know
there?
what's
Can the
gonna
Guardians
happen.
get to 90 wins?
I mean, and we don't know what's going to happen. I mean, Detroit's looking promising too.
Yeah, they've got some young talent. They've got some good talent
No,
in
don't
some
do
nice
that.
places.
But then you also got to look at what Dylan Cease of the White Sox, where he's going to go.
Yeah.
'Cause that's
There's
the
a
whole
lot of
thing.
guys that are still out there that are free agents that are kind of surprising to me that don't have a home yet. That
Right.
I'm really surprised about. And maybe we can get into that next week. But like Blake Snell and
Prospects are
guys like
probably
Jordan
cheaper.
McGuire, I'm surprised that these guys don't have a spot yet.
Prospects are probably cheaper.
Yeah. And maybe it's trying to avoid a little bit of spring training. Maybe that lull. Maybe they're just training on their own. Maybe that's what guys are
I
going to do
still
now.
can't believe the Rays had the biggest downfall in MLB history.
Yeah. Well,
Started like what, 21 or 22-0?
yeah.
Or
Well,
something like
21 and 2, I think. Yeah, they were 21 and 2. Yeah. But I think I told you that didn't feel like it was going to be sustained, right? Like I don't know if you remember me saying at the beginning of the year, like
and then they had a
can't keep
first
that
round
up.
exit.
Yeah. I didn't expect Baltimore to be that good last year, though. Man, Baltimore set up. Baltimore looks really, really good.
But can they keep this up? I mean, they don't have.
They might be able to. They've got a lot of young talent coming in.
It's a lot of games.
They don't have Bautista, their big closer.
Yeah.
He's out for the year with Tommy John.
Yeah. Yeah, that's going to hurt.
So that's a big loss.
Yeah, they'll get Jackson Holiday in the lineup this year. I don't know. See what happens. The AL East is exciting for sure. I don't know if the Red Sox are going to be any better, but that division is fun, man. Like that's a fun division.
Justin Turner's a Blue Jay.
Yeah, that's pretty wild. Yeah. Speaking of the AL East, yeah, that's crazy to see. Well, anyway, yeah, opening day is in 28 days, you guys. I mean, less than a month away. That feels weird to say, because I think it's going to snow tonight now after thunderstorms last night at 3 a.m. Whatever. You never can tell what's going on with the weather up here. Yeah, you never know. We'll deal with it. Let's talk about the NFL. I think that's the last thing I want to get to today. Do you guys? Can anybody? Did the Bears know? What are the Bears going to do with the number 1 pick? Do we have any idea?
I mean, what have you heard, Neal?
I heard they're going to trade back and keep Justin Fields.
I mean,
the Bears calling now? Is that the?
As a Lions fan, I think they should trade back and get. Yeah. I would get Harrison from Ohio State.
Marv? No, they won't go. They'll go Caleb Williams if they trade the pick.
With DJ Moore.
Well, yeah, Harrison. But DJ Moore said to reporters said this team without Justin Fields will not be the same team that we've been building the past couple of years. I mean,
and then they need offensive line, so I was good.
Right. The rumor
trade back, get another.
Or do they completely flip the board and get Joe Alt, one of the best offensive linemen in this class?
Yeah.
But I don't. The thing is, it's either they're going to trade him before the draft.
They're not trading Justin Fields.
Trade away the number 1.
I don't think they should, but that's a possibility at this point. But it's wild to me that.
Okay, you think they're going to trade the number 1 pick and Justin Fields? So they're going to
It'll be a 3-team deal. I think it'll be a 3-team deal. The Fields either go to Pittsburgh
or
Atlanta.
They won't do both.
They won't do both. Like, they won't
trade both.
Who's
going to play quarterback if they trade both?
Who's going to get a quarterback then?
Oh, that's right. I'm done. Well,
they can't trade the number 1 pick and Justin Fields.
No, but it's either they're going to trade the number 1 pick and keep Fields, or they're going to trade Fields and get the number 1 pick.
Yeah, I don't know which one. I think you keep Fields. I think he's progressed enough that. I mean, he's shown flashes of being able to play in that offense, but it's like when you have 1.4 seconds to throw the ball without pressure. I mean, what are you supposed to do?
He's like my high school team. Our quarterback had maybe 2 or 3 seconds to throw the ball, and then he had to run out of the pocket.
But I would love for them to trade Fields and get Caleb Williams. Go ahead.
There was one point in our season where one game in my high school team we did rollout passes because our offensive line couldn't hold blocks.
Man. So any of those St. Ed's offensive linemen, if you're watching, that's Max's.
Not St. Ed's, Fairview. It's Fairview.
Oh, Fairview. Sorry, I didn't know. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, St. Ed's
volleyball. You bowled somewhere. I don't know what's going on.
You would have people from St. Ed's knocking on this door like,
what was I going to say? What were we going to talk? What were we talking about? Oh, the number 1 pick. Yeah, I've heard some rumors of maybe the Steelers being interested in Justin Fields, and he kind of feels like a guy that's built for the AFC North a little bit, doesn't he? Like,
right.
I don't know.
He played in Ohio. He'll have a rivalry with 2 Ohio teams.
Yeah. Hey, I don't know. I don't want him in Pittsburgh. I don't want to see that at all. But whatever, we'll see. Pittsburgh or Atlanta or Chicago, it seems like, are the three.
He been eating Detroit for a couple of years, so y'all can get him out of there. Hope they do trade him.
Yeah, well, you can have him in that division. I don't want him here because I don't want the Browns defense to have to deal with him. Because what do you do with him? You can't really, you got to watch. You can't over pursue or he's gone, right?
How are we going to deal with two Lamar Jacksons pretty much, essentially?
Yeah, in the same division, yeah.
Right.
Fields, has the ability to progress to the point where he throws a little bit better deep ball than Lamar,
Right, but Lamar is known for his run game.
Well, yeah.
Fields more for a runner than
But the thing is, I don't want to – if we have a back-to-back with the Steelers and the Ravens and we get blown out by one of them, and then we got to face Lamar or Justin Fields, if that happens, what's going to happen? We're going to get blown out again?
I mean, hopefully you have a little bit better idea of how to stop it. I mean, a similar type player. I don't know. You know what I mean?
Right.
I don't know. You have to see. But, hey, let me ask you this. And I think it's a pretty easy answer when you really get to the core of it. But why is nobody going to the combine? What's going on?
I mean, Drake May, Daniel Williams, Caleb Williams,
JJ McCarthy.
JJ's going.
He's going.
They're not. Those big three aren't going.
I feel like.
Yeah.
They don't want to throw. I don't think they're going to throw.
I wouldn't want to go either, though. Because
they're gonna.
I feel like my tape should do the work for me. Like, why should I have to go here and do all these?
That's why they're going to have pro days. They'll have the pro days.
Yeah, and I thought Marvin Harrison Jr. had a great point. It's like, he was saying that basically he'd rather train for, the season, right? For the upcoming NFL season, rather than completely change his training style to get ready for, all the pony show things that you do. You run the 40, you do the bench press, vertical leap, whatever. I mean, all that stuff is cool, but it doesn't really help,
your draft stock or anything.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't help your draft stock. It doesn't help your game. I mean, it just shows what you can do in a weight room, which is cool. That's fun and all.
Yeah,
but man,
I wonder
if you got an idea after 3 years of college of what these guys can do on the field by now. That stuff's not going to help you make a decision anymore. I don't get it.
I think Marv is going to have Kyle McCord throw for him his pro day, maybe.
Okay. I mean, why not? He's been with him for years. I mean, it doesn't. Yeah. Now, listen. Ohio State fans are going to look at that as a slap in the face. They're,
right.
all the
fringe
fans are going to go, "Oh, come on."
If that happens, is McCord going to be reliable enough for when Marv has to run a deep route? Is he going to be able to throw a ball that's deep enough for him to keep running?
That's a good question.
Because I mean,
it's a fair question.
Because you look at it, Marv and McCord couldn't throw a deep ball to save his life.
No, their chemistry was on the back shoulder stuff on the sidelines, really,
Yeah, Marv was wide open, like 5 yards of separation, and he had to lose about 2 yards, and then he got tackled because the guy had the momentum.
Yeah, a lot of times he was coming back to a deep ball. You're right.
But that's been his quarterback since high school, so that's what he got his best friend with. So.
Right.
Yeah, their timing would be okay. But yeah, I think that's a fair question. Does he throw the deep ball well enough to really show Marv's ability to go get it? That's fair. I don't know. That's a fair question. But yeah, I think that, like I said, training for the season rather than training for, a bunch of, workout. It's like a, it's like a CrossFit convention, really. It has nothing to do with football. It just doesn't have anything to do with football. Yeah.
Because it's on turf.
Yeah. So I don't know. I get it. I get why they're doing it. And is there really any, is there any advantage to going to the combine? Because I don't know. I mean, isn't it more for the fringe guys?
If you're a lower draft pick, you feel me, to build your.
Lower draft picks probably will go because they want to build their stock.
There's a lot of people that got first round picks based off the combine and the combine numbers.
I mean, Michigan is sending 18 players.
Michigan is sending 18 players. Is that the flex that they think it is? Like I said, those are that sounds to me like a lot of third, fourth, and fifth rounders trying to get up into the second, third, and fourth round. I mean, is that
JJ McCarthy will be like a top 15 pick.
Yeah, but
he'll go to the Vikings or Atlanta.
But do you think that's warranted?
What?
The JJ McCarthy should be a top 15 pick. Do you think he's that kind of a quarterback?
No, because he can't throw the fuck. He can't throw the ball.
Yeah. He can't throw the fun football.
He can't throw the ball. Right. He never threw the ball in college.
He can't throw the boring football either. He can't throw any footballs at all. Yeah, no, he can throw the football okay. He's pretty accurate, but I don't think he really struggles with the deep ball down the sidelines, both sidelines, whether it's, to his arm side, to the other side, whatever. He really struggles with that deep ball. He throws it out of bounds a lot. It's not accurate at all.
But if he goes to Atlanta,
accurate in the short game, but I don't know.
That's what I was going to say. If he goes to Atlanta, Because Atlanta just got rid of Jonnu Smith yesterday. So does that mean Raheem Morris, their head coach, is going to open up Kyle Pitts finally? And is Bijan Robinson going to be that guy? So are they going to be doing a lot of tight end screens, a lot of swing
JJ
passes?
McCarthy any better than Jordan Ritter?
Who?
Is JJ any better than Ritter?
A little bit better than Ritter.
No.
Ritter had 1 year, and he only had 1 year, and he got blown out by Bama.
They're the same quarterback.
Raheem Morris said it himself yesterday. He said if Atlanta had better quarterback play, he would not be the head coach of the Falcons.
Says, okay, JJ's no better than Ritter. Same type of play style.
Well, it's just like when the Falcons drafted Ritter.
I think
what happened to Marcus Mariota?
He quit. I think the Falcons are looking for a mobile quarterback. They're not looking for no pocket passer.
JJ's mobile.
McCarthy can run, man. He can run. He's an explosive runner.
Well, I like the way they won.
He was one of the main reasons they won the national title because that game was close.
Listen, it blew my mind, Max. In my mind, at the beginning of the season, he was like a 4th or 5th round pick. Right. I can't believe we've progressed to the point where he's now considered one of the top 2 or 3 quarterbacks off the board. I thought Harbaugh was losing his mind. I thought like the Chargers were going to rescind that contract offer when he signed with the Chargers, brand new head coach, millions of dollars, and then he says don't be surprised when JJ McCarthy is the first quarterback off the board.
Every year
before he starts.
That's I think he won't be like top 5. He's not Drake May. He's not Daniel Williams. He's not Caleb Williams.
Yeah.
He's gonna because Kirk Cousins doesn't know what he's doing right now. Is he going back to Minnesota? Is Denver? What's going on in Denver?
You like that?
What's going on in Atlanta? Those are 3 teams to look out.
Yeah. Can Russell Wilson still play the sport? Can he play the position?
I think with the right talent, right? I think with the right offensive, like he had with Pete Carroll, he can.
Okay, as long as he doesn't have to be too mobile, because that was his game for a while, but he's not that guy anymore.
Right.
I don't know. Whatever.
We'll
see. Hold on, guys. Wait before we get out of here. It's almost time to. I have breaking news. I have a picture of all the Michigan players lining up to get into the combine in Indianapolis right now. There they are.
Oh my gosh.
There they are. They're all the guys that Michigan had invited to the combine, trying to get in. There they are, right there. So, I think.
How many Michigan players you think? Which ones the Daniels will get from the Chargers?
How many? Well, where are the Chargers at?
Where are they at?
What pick did the Chargers have?
Oh, it's like they're in LA. I don't understand the question.
No,
I didn't understand the question.
I was going to say what they weigh.
No, I think it depends because Austin Eckler is a free agent right now. So it's like I know like Blake Corum, Roman Wilson, those guys aren't first round. They're maybe 2nd or 3rd round.
Yeah.
But JJ McCarthy is one of their only.
I don't even think you're going to see running backs get good money in free agency this year. I think it's going to be another one of those.
Tagging nobody either.
Nope, they're all letting them walk.
Yep. So it's whatever. No more. Just franchise tags only. Really, that's it.
Right.
Probably. But listen, I think it's a
good running back in the first round, though.
I'm sorry.
You can't get a good running back in the first round, though.
Depends on which running back, though.
Hey, Detroit did it last year. We got talked about like we was.
That worked out well.
See how that turned around.
Okay. There's the recency bias is getting us because that did work out well. You're right. But I think that's a good place to get out of here for the day, man. I know some of us have to get out of here a little bit earlier for some things going on. But yeah, for Max and for Neal, man, for everybody, for Donald and production, for Brian, putting the show together. We appreciate you guys watching. I'm Chad, I'm the host, I almost forgot to mention me. I'm here too. I don't see myself on my screen, so it's like I'm not even here. I got myself blocked. But yeah, appreciate you guys so much. Listen, watch wrestling this weekend. Go to a buddy's house, go to a bar or whatever. Watch, AEW Revolution. Watch that, and then, like you said, tune into the new show. Watch Caitlin Clark break the scoring record against Ohio State and lose by 18 at home. That'll be fun. Watch Max and Force Ohio go to the Stanley Cup Finals and play the Celtics because they're. That's not gonna happen. All right, guys. I'm sorry. It got silly today. We got off the track. But yeah, let's get out of here. Again, appreciate you so much. We'll see you next week. Bye, guys.